Hi there, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the potential for World War III and look briefly at a realistic scenario. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, and if you're new around here, we'd love it if you would subscribe to the channel. The possibility of a third world war is a daunting thought, but it's essential to consider the potential implications for humanity. The world is more interconnected than ever, and the consequences of such a conflict would be catastrophic, affecting not only global politics and economies, but also the environment and our very way of life. Geopolitical rivalries are one of the key factors that could trigger a third world war. The ongoing tensions between global superpowers, such as the United States, China, and Russia, are a constant reminder of the fragile nature of international relations. Any miscalculation or provocation could quickly escalate into a full-blown conflict. Resource scarcity is another critical factor that could contribute to the outbreak of war. As the global population continues to grow, the competition for limited resources like oil, water, and food will only intensify, leading to increased tensions between nations. The struggle for dominance and access to these resources could become a matter of national security, prompting countries to take drastic measures to protect their interests. Military alliances are also a significant concern, as they can create a sense of security that leads to reckless behavior. The buildup of arms and the formation of opposing alliances can create a situation where a small conflict quickly spirals out of control, drawing in more and more countries. The complexity of these alliances makes it difficult to predict how a conflict would unfold, but one thing is certain: the consequences would be devastating. The rapid advancements in military technology, such as drone warfare, cyber attacks, and artificial intelligence, have massively changed the nature of modern conflict. These new technologies would play a critical role in a third world war, potentially leading to unprecedented levels of destruction and loss of life. According to some experts, a third world war could begin with a series of small, localized conflicts that gradually escalate into a global conflagration. Others predict that it could be sparked by a catastrophic event, such as a cyber attack on a major city's infrastructure or a massive environmental disaster. Consider that other historical conflicts have started with smaller, less significant events, such as the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Viet Cong attack in the Gulf of Tonkin, and even a humble pig. Imagine a realistic scenario where the conflict begins with a dispute over resources in the South China Sea. As tensions rise, the United States and China engage in a series of proxy wars, using surrogates to fight on their behalf. However, when a Chinese naval vessel is sunk by a US-backed coalition, China retaliates by launching a cyber attack on the US power grid, plunging major cities into darkness, leading to widespread panic and civil unrest. As the conflict escalates, the world watches in horror as the two superpowers exchange blows and move their forces to forward positions, each trying to outmaneuver the other. The situation becomes increasingly dire as the days turn into weeks and the weeks turn into months. The world teeters on the brink of chaos, with economies collapsing and societies descending into anarchy. In this scenario, however, there is a glimmer of hope as, in a surprise move, the European Union brokers a temporary ceasefire, allowing for diplomats to meet and discuss a possible resolution. The talks are tense and difficult, but after weeks of negotiation, a framework for peace is finally agreed upon. In the aftermath of this short simulation, it's clear that the threat of World War III is very real, and the consequences would be catastrophic. It's essential that we remain aware of these global issues and their potential consequences, with nations working together to prevent such a scenario from becoming a reality. With instability and war happening now across the globe, we must always be aware of the potential for these conflicts to grow into something more widespread. the chance that as more and more superpower-backed nations become involved, the threat of a widespread global conflict is never far away. While the threat of a third world war is ever present, the efforts to prevent such an eventuality are always ongoing. So, what do you think could trigger World War III? Share your thoughts in the comments below.